Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is also gonna be a candle wax reading. It's all about who will you marry, who's your future spouse, and this is gonna be a long one. I have multiple categories that I want to look into, and yeah, definitely get yourself something to drink or eat and yeah, relax, enjoy. And I thought I'm gonna look into their personality, information regarding your guys' relationships, even first impressions. The last time I did this reading, I went into the appearance. If you haven't seen it, you can also feel free to watch it. I'm gonna link it up here. But this time, I wanted to concentrate more so on the impressions. And at the end of the reading, I also want to do a candle wax reading for you guys with any extra messages that are meant for you to know regarding this connection or even your future spouse. So, as always, my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from. And you can, of course, also either choose the card or the crystal or both. And I'm gonna zoom a little bit in because these cards, they're pretty small. I think this is better. So this is pal 1 with the star card. This is pal 2 with the 9 of cups. And this is pal 3 with the 2 of swords. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry, who's your future spouse? Let's start straight away. First of all, my dear, I would like to get you guys some oracle cards. Then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more tarot. But first, let's start and let's see, who will you marry, my dear? Who's your future spouse? For my beautiful pile 1, let's see, who will you marry? All right, let's get you some archetype oracle cards. Let's see. All right. So the first card we have here is the Seeker archetype, and it says, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Let's get you another one. We also got the Storyteller, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. My goodness. Too many cards. For my beautiful pile 1, let's see. All right, we have the Mystic archetype, revels in intimate union with the divine, and the Vampire makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Wow. Interesting. Every card is in a different color. Very colorful here. Okay, so my dear pile 1, let's start. Let's see, who will you marry, who's your future spouse, what do you need to know about this? So first of all, I would like to say that I really feel like your future spouse is someone who is pretty experienced, someone who has definitely gone around and seen a lot of places. it wouldn't surprise me at all if this person has traveled a lot already, no matter their age, and they have explored a lot of different cultures, like places. I'm seeing literally like someone going to a very cold place where there is so much snow, and then on the other hand, I also see them going, for example, like this person does. It looks like deserty, right? Like a lot of differences, and they have experienced it all. And I really feel like a big reason for that is because that's what makes them happy. They are explorer, they are someone who's very adventurous, and traveling for them is a way to explore and express that. Also, I feel like through all the traveling this person has done, they have gathered a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, because they learned a lot. They learned a lot from different cultures, from different people, and there's so much this person took with them, like from trip to trip, so much more. And it has definitely changed their view a lot. I feel like this is someone who's very open minded, and they love meeting new people. It wouldn't surprise me if this person has a lot of international friends and may even speak different languages. And I definitely feel like they are the friend or the child who has so much to share with their loved ones, talking about all the things they've seen on their travels. Also, I feel like they take a lot of like souvenirs with them, and it's kind of like they are really good at making you feel like you traveled with them, because they have so much like enthusiasm for their traveling, and they're very good at, as this card says, like storyteller. They're really good at expressing and telling about a lot of different things. It catches you. It wouldn't surprise me as well if this person maybe even writes. If it's not career related, then maybe in their personal life they like to write maybe different books for themselves and share it with other people, or maybe different stories, whatever it may be. Maybe they even write a lot about their own travel journey, right? But they're really good at expressing themselves. And as I already said, in a way that it really catches you. They're very expressive. And I really feel like when we talk about you guys as well in your relationship, that's one thing you're gonna really notice about this person, that the way they talk, the way they're like express themselves, it's something that you really enjoy. It's almost like you enjoy listening to them. This is how I would describe it. You could listen to them for hours talking about different experiences they have had in the past, and it's exciting. It's not boring. It's not like you're listening to something and you're falling asleep. No, it's the complete opposite. The excitement, it is contagious, I would say. Let me see. Okay, there is something coming through regarding like appearance wise. I feel like it could be the case that this person likes to wear a lot of bright colors, a lot of colorful stuff. You know, some people like to go with earthy colors, others may like it more colorful. I mean, of course, people have different preferences as for how they would want to, or what they would want, excuse me, what they would like to wear. And of course, that's completely understandable. Everyone had different tastes. And I really feel like when we talk about this person, they like colorful. because it really matches their personality. They are like such a colorful person themselves, as I said, because of all the places they've seen and experienced. It's like a lot of different things are coming together. And I also feel like this is something that they may even like subconsciously do, but they also express this through their clothes. And I do see blue, yellow, red, a lot of bright energy, bright colors here. I feel like the travels this person has done has also had like a very big impact on them when it comes to their spiritual journey as well. I mean, of course, this person can be spiritual, it doesn't have to necessarily, but I really feel like it has helped them to grow. And sometimes, you know, when people go on a journey, like when they travel somewhere by themselves, especially, and they have this time alone in a different location, you know, in a different environment, it can do something with you on many different levels, especially internally. And I really feel like this person has had a very similar situation in their life, and I'm hearing it was definitely an experience. It has kind of helped them to have more trust. This person could sometimes also be a very spontaneous traveler. So, for example, they may want to travel to a certain country and they may not book a hotel, for example, before traveling there because they want to do it spontaneously when they arrive, right? So there is this energy in here that this person is spontaneous because they have a lot of trust in the moment. And I do feel like through their travels they have learned exactly that, that sometimes it is okay if we haven't figured everything out. We have to trust the journey. And very importantly, I'm hearing, so this is definitely their view here, we have to be in the present moment, because in the present moment there is the key, I'm hearing. Okay. With the vampire archetype being here, by the way, I do feel like this person is someone who's pretty open. As I said, they are very social and they love to do like make new connections, and they love to meet new people and stuff. With the vampire archetype being here there, and it talking about the fact that something or someone may be draining your life force, I feel like this person has definitely come across people like that, people who may have not been the best company, and people who have drained this person on many different levels, but especially, of course, energetically. And yeah, they have went through that, but I don't see this being the reason why this person has closed off themselves, you know? Absolutely not. It's the complete opposite. They are still very open and very eager to meet great people, but they have definitely also come across some not so good ones, I guess. But it doesn't, like, it hasn't shaped them or made them cold. They're still very warm and open. But perhaps it has taught them certain traits to look out for, I guess, or certain red flags to see or notice in another person that maybe turn them a little bit off, because it gives them this like vampire energy impression, you know? So I do feel like they've definitely learned from that experience. Yeah. But it didn't turn their life gray. they still go about their life in like so many beautiful colors. Another thing I would like to mention here is that I really feel like this person. Okay, so I heard this person is someone who, like, they're gonna motivate you as well. I mean, it definitely makes a lot of sense because this is a future spouse reading, right? And it makes a lot of sense that something which is very dear to you, you want to share it with your significant other. I really feel like this person will definitely motivate you to travel with them as well. Well, some of you guys may not even need motivation because you're also someone who loves traveling, and it's gonna be like such a great thing to also have a partner who has the same interest. But I really feel like they are gonna be the initiator in a way for a lot of trips that you guys are gonna make in the future. Like, the energy here, it's almost like they are gonna show you the world. Like, maybe they're gonna take you to places that they have already been to but you didn't. So yeah, they want to show you, you know, all the beautiful places that they feel like is worth traveling to and you may enjoy as well. I really feel like you guys are gonna make a lot of beautiful memories around the world. Yeah, I heard it again. So there is definitely something regarding traveling in here. And for the most of you guys, it's their passion for traveling, for sure. Let me see, is there anything else, or should we continue with another spread? Yeah, I feel like this is good for now. Let's get a little more information. Let's see. For my beautiful pile 1, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Let's get some information. Oh. Let's get some information regarding their personality, like some more. Let's see what the tarot has to say. For my beautiful pile 1. My goodness. All right, so the first card we have is the Lover's card. Okay, one card, another one fell. We have also the Hanged Man. For my beautiful pile 1, I'm gonna take this one. I only want one. The 7 of Cups. Only one, please. Love cards. Let me get them all. Okay. I don't know why so many cards come out all the time. Okay, we have the 10 of Cups. Let's see, only one, please. The Empress. Let's continue. Only one. Oh my goodness. What's happening? You guys have the Lovers, the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Empress. Like, such great energy, such great cards. Wow, we also have the Emperor. So we have the Empress and the Emperor here. Let's see. Okay. And we also have the 3 of Wands here. At the back of the deck, we got the Chariot card. All right, so for my beautiful pile 1, what else do you need to know about your future spouse? Now, I really would like to say that I feel like your future spouse is going to be someone who's going to fall in love with you big time. They have so much love for you, and I really feel like this is something that's going to be there from the beginning. Like, you guys are going to meet, and the attraction is going to be there, and also emotionally speaking, you guys just are going to feel so connected. And it's definitely mutual energy here. It's not like one person in the beginning is going to be interested but the other is not, so the other has to, you know, somehow pursue the other because, like, you know, one person is more into the other. No, this for me feels like both of you guys are mutually invested in this from the beginning and interested as well. Well, it's more than interest. There is a lot of love in here, and it really wouldn't surprise me if you guys would even call this like love at first sight, for example. I do want to also mention here that I feel like highly like spiritual connection here. This can be a soulmate. This can even be more than a soulmate. I'm gonna say it. I also feel twin flame energy in here. At the end of the day, of course, remember this is a general reading, so you have to see for yourself, you know, what resonates with you, and of course, as always, leave what doesn't. But I definitely get twin flame energy here as well. And I would like to talk about the fact that this is like counterpart energy, you guys. And it's interesting, like, first I wanted to concentrate a little bit on the personality and then go for the first impressions, but diving a little bit into the first impressions already, I really feel like you guys are gonna have this instant connection and attraction towards each other. Highly attracted, like, physically speaking, it's gonna be like, wow, okay? Like, literally, like a firework. You're gonna see each other and you're just gonna, in a way, know, or you're gonna feel so attracted to them. Like, physically speaking, this person and you guys, like, a lot of attraction here. You're gonna find them very beautiful, very handsome. And I also feel like, my dear, when we talk about your guys' physical appearance, I really feel like there is some differences between you guys, and these differences can definitely be expressed through, like, your physical traits. So for example, there could be some differences in hair color or skin color or some other traits here, but I really feel this differences are gonna be visible in your guys' appearance. And another thing I would like to mention here, I do feel like this person feels like more so a new person coming towards you. Although maybe later on, we may get more information about that when I also go into the relationship aspect, which I will do in a minute. But I already feel this new energy coming through, and I really feel like some of you guys have actually manifested this person. So you may consciously try to manifest your future spouse or soulmate or twin flame into your life, and yeah, it shows. It shows, because I really feel like this is something that you try to manifest. Or better to say someone, not something. Because that's what you want, you know? I really feel like what you want is a relationship in which you guys can grow and in which you guys can create something with each other, you know, a harmonious connection, as the Ten of Cups would suggest, perhaps. And of course, when it comes to having a relationship, I mean, there is a lot of work to do, right? A relationship is a lot of work, but I see you guys so willing, and I genuinely see you guys wanting this. And this is gonna be an impression that you guys are gonna definitely get from the beginning, that you want each other, you know, you want each other. So regarding the first impressions in here, for sure, once again, you guys are gonna feel very, very attracted towards each other. I also feel like you're gonna see the person as someone who's very different from you, which will be expressed through some kind of physical traits. And also, my dear, I'm hearing, once again, I have the counterpart energy here. So I have the divine masculine and I have the divine feminine here. Now, what I'm hearing here is that another first impressions you guys are gonna get from this energy is that, and this is something very personal, so it really depends on what these words mean for you and how you define them. This is something I want to really emphasize here. I hear that depending on who's more so the divine masculine or who's more so the divine feminine, which one of these energies your future spouse is going to embody, you're going to see them embodying this big time. So, for example, there could be something about them, maybe physically or energetically, in their vibe, in the way they talk, express themselves, just their overall behavior or the way they just are. There could be a lot of different things, I guess, influencing this, but you're gonna see them as someone who's very masculine or very feminine, okay? Once again, depending on how your individual situation is, but I really feel like they embody this energy. And you're gonna see it and you're gonna notice it. And it even could be the case that you're not going to be the only one who's going to notice that. I feel like other people are also going to see this or pick up on this. Yeah, when we talk about the first impressions in here, you guys are going to fall in love pretty fast. And you're going to see the other person as someone who you actually could have a long-term thing here, which is pretty quick, right? Pretty fast things to think about when you just meet someone or when you spend a few hours with someone. It's still very quick for a lot of people, very fast for a lot of people to get those impressions or conclusions. But I do feel like a big reason why this feels so fast is because you guys are gonna feel like this is not just a normal connection, like this is a spiritual connection. So a lot of things are going to develop pretty quickly, or at least this is your impression, because I'm looking into your guys' energy here. And I really feel like you guys are gonna both be pretty motivated when it comes to this relationship. So, you know, sometimes when there are certain things that one is occupied, right, with in their personal life, they may not be 100% focused on creating a relationship, right, or being very motivated for a relationship. So I really feel like you guys are going to be at a place in your life in which you're going to have a lot of mental clarity, or no, mental clarity I feel like is not the right word. I would say you have a lot of things taken care of, so there is not a lot of distraction in your life. So when this person comes into your life, you actually can focus on them. You can really put a lot of effort and energy and motivation into this relationship, because they aren't 5 other things stressing you out, and you know, you're not in a situation in which you feel like you don't have any time for this or any energy for this. So yeah, that's definitely not what I feel here. I feel like you guys are definitely gonna be pretty invested and pretty in a way welcoming this relationship, when we talk about the time in which you guys are gonna meet. So although I'm not receiving any card yet that may embody this energy, but I do feel like this is a divine timing kind of situation, because it feels very divine, very divine timing, I guess. And some of you guys could have been waiting for this for a very long time, and I really feel like the universe, the energies, it's kind of like they are creating a space in which you guys can meet, but it's a right time. So as I said, no distractions coming between this energy, no confusion coming in between you guys getting to know each other. So there is this calmness when it comes to the phase in your life when you guys are going to meet. Let me see, what else can we get about the first impressions? I really feel like, and this makes a lot of sense because of the messages we already got, I received the message that it's gonna be such a wonderful experience to talk to this person and to have conversations with them. And I mean, one of the first messages for you guys was the fact that, you know, the storyteller archetype, that they are someone who can in fact express themselves like really, really well. And it's also very nice to listen to them. It catches you, it excites you. And it is interesting how I received this message once again. So when we talk about your guys' first impressions, I really feel like this is going to be a first impression you're going to have of your future spouse. So this definitely shows us in a way that you guys are going to have space in which you can talk in this first meeting and, you know, have a conversation, and then you're going to get this impression. Yeah, I'm hearing I could listen to you like for hours. It feels so freeing to talk to you. You know, sometimes when we talk to some people, we feel so drained, and then other times we can talk to certain people and they recharge us in a way. Like they give us this push full of energy, and we feel so great when we talked with them. And I really feel like for you, my dear Padawan, the second example is definitely the case here. When you're gonna like talk with them, it gives you a lot of energy, and it, once again, it almost feels like you don't want it to stop. You can talk with them like for hours. Although I feel like when we talk about your guys' first meeting and the circumstance and stuff, maybe you guys are not gonna have a lot of time to talk for hours, but you definitely gonna create, yeah, you know, a second meeting, like a circumstance in which you guys can do that soon. I really feel like when we talk about like your first meeting and when you guys are gonna meet afterwards, it's gonna be pretty fast. Like soon after, you know, soon after the first meeting, you guys are gonna see each other again. It doesn't feel like you're gonna meet for the first time and then it's gonna be a long time till you see each other again. No, that's not what this feels like. I also feel like my dear pile 1, I know why I want to say pile 2. Maybe some of you guys have felt drawn to another pile as well. If this is the case, and of course, as always, feel free to watch it. If not, then just stick with this pile here. I also feel like, my dear pile 1, your future spouse may, in the beginning, when you guys meet, somehow help you or tell you that they can help you regarding something. So maybe you are going to talk with them and, okay, this is just an example so you guys understand what I mean. But of course, it could be expressed in a lot of different ways for each and every one of you guys. But let's just say when you guys meet, you're searching for a place to live. You're searching for a new place to rent. Let's just take this as an example. and you meet your future spouse at this place, and you know, you talk, you have a conversation, and then just like that, you know, because maybe it fits the topic, you're gonna talk with them about it and say, well, I'm searching for an apartment, for example, and they may then somehow tell you that, you know, they may have connections, or maybe even their work, you know, could be something regarding that, and that they can help you regarding this. Once again, this could be something totally different for you, but somehow they're gonna offer their help to you, all right, regarding something that's gonna go on in your life. And it's gonna be a very sweet, a very kind gesture, something that will definitely give you a even better impression regarding your future spouse. That's actually all I'm getting. Let's get you guys more cards. Well, we got some messages regarding the impressions. I would like to also dive in once again into the relationship. Let's see what we can get about your guys' relationship. So, oops. For, my goodness, some cards fell. So for my dear pile 1, can we get some information about your guys' relationship? Let me put these cards aside. They take the space here. All right. So, for my beautiful pile 1, what else can we get about your guys' relationship? Okay. Let's see. For my beautiful pile 1, the first card we have is the Queen of Swords. Another queen, the Queen of Cups this time. Oh my goodness. You guys, I have the bowl for the candle wax right next to me, and it's full of water, and the card just fell into it. Oh my goodness. So let me dry the card for a second a little bit. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords. For my beautiful pile 1, what else can we get about your guys' relationship and about the connection? So the Seven of Cups fell. We got the Sun card. The Moon. The Magician. And let's get you guys one last card. Too many cards. Let's see. And we have the Wheel card. Okay. At the back of the deck, the Six of Cups here. So let's continue. For my beautiful pile 1, what do you need to know about you guys' relationship? What do you need to know? So, first of all, and this is a message that I already got in previous readings, and I really have to, I just thought about it. So it can definitely be the case that you guys have received this message already through other readings here regarding future spouse. But when we talk about your guys' relationship, I really feel like for some reason you guys, you're very, very protective of your guys' relationship. It could be the case that at the time, let's just say maybe you have some people around you that may sometimes be a little bit sneaky, and you want to protect what you have, and you don't want just some random people to be in your business, right? So you're going to be very protective of it. And I do feel like you guys may not share a lot about your guys' relationship in the beginning because you more so want to keep it to yourself, or you're just gonna let your, for example, best friend know or someone very dear to you, but you're not just gonna share it with everyone. And it can maybe be something regarding your life or maybe your future spouse's life, but there could be some people that you want to hold a secret from in the beginning, okay? And it's not like you want to not share your future spouse, or they don't want to, share the news about you with other people. That's not what this is about. This is more so about protecting this, not just openly share it. So some people who have absolute no right to interfere think they can interfere. You just want to not cause these kind of dramas, and you prefer to um, to keep it a secret in the beginning. And for some of you guys, maybe the secret energy is not so much about certain people who are around you, who may, I don't know, gossip or may try to interfere. For some of you, maybe it's even, and of course, as always, take it how it resonates, but a lot of people are watching, so I'm receiving multiple messages here. For others of you, this could even be a cultural thing. Maybe because of something cultural, you're not gonna share it just immediately with your family, or maybe you want this to be first a little bit more, like you want this to become official first. You want to share the news with your loved ones or with certain people, and majority of people just when you guys are just like going for the next step. I hope it makes sense. I try to find the right words here, but you may take your time because you want to be like 100% sure of the relationship, and you first want to take it to the next level and then share with your loved ones or with certain people. Yeah, so it could either be something cultural or just you don't want everyone in your business, basically. So that's it. Another message I'm receiving here is that, yeah, once again, like I talked about the fact that we had the Empress and the Emperor, which the Empress card, for example, is more so the divine feminine, and the Emperor is more so the divine masculine. And now we have the Sun and the Moon energy, and the Sun is more so the masculine energy, the Moon, the feminine energy. Like there is something about this here, you guys. And I really feel like when we talk about your relationship as well, there's this dynamic, like this energetical dynamic, which is really present in your relationship. And you're gonna feel very liberated. Like this is something I really feel like. Of course, once again, it depends on your personality, on what it is that you want in a relationship and how you like to express your feminine or masculine energy. But I really feel like with your future spouse, in this relationship, you have a space in which you feel like you can freely express it, the way it feels right to you, and it harmonizes. We also got the 10 of Cups coming through. I really feel like you and your future spouse, you guys can create a space in which you feel like you can have a very harmonic kind of relationship, which of course, for some couple it could be a lot of work to come to such a place, right? To create harmony, because relationships can be very difficult to manage and to work on, right? With you and your future spouse, I really feel like your energies like work together beautifully. They complement each other. They're very compatible. This is how I would describe this energy to be. Let me see. I really would like to mention as well that I received the confirmation regarding this being a spiritual connection, so I just wanted to let you guys know. And another message I have for you guys is that I really feel like regarding your relationship as well, this relationship is gonna be the beginning of a lot of different things that you guys are gonna create. A lot of different opportunities that you guys are gonna create. So whether it's, for example, you guys creating something work related, let's say working together, or whether it's you guys literally creating something such as a family. Of course, as always, take it how it resonates, but I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to create. And I know this is a very random message, but I'm receiving the message that your future spouse is someone who's pretty skilled. Can I get more information regarding, like, in what sense? Yeah, what I'm hearing is just they're very skilled, but I feel like it's work related. So this is something that for some reason it needs to come through now. Let me see if I can get more. I feel like going to talking about the relationship aspect some more. I really feel like, my dear pal one, this is gonna be a relationship that's gonna raise your vibration as well. Or another thing regarding this positive energy, it's really gonna make you positive, or give you some kind of a positive outlook on something. It could be, for example, you being positive again regarding love. Maybe in the past you had some, well, not so great experiences, so this relationship with your future spouse is going to give you a lot of hope regarding the fact that there are still a lot of great people out there who can have great relationships. And a person can be positive regarding love even if they have experienced a lot of negativity regarding this topic. There is still a lot of goodness out there. I really feel like this relationship is going to teach you a lot. It's going to teach you a lot in the sense that you're going to learn more about yourself. Like, sometimes we have to expose ourselves in new scenarios, like new situations, because that way we get to know ourselves, like, in a different situation, right? In a different way. And I feel like with you guys, you're going to have those moments, like a lot of those moments actually, in which you're exposed to new energy, to new experience, and it also brings out to you maybe certain, yeah, sides of you that you have not really explored yet. And this is gonna be a great place in which you can do so. And I really feel like, my dear pile one, it's gonna it's gonna bring you closer to yourself. This is the best way I guess I can describe this. Let me see if there is anything else for my beautiful pile one. I really feel like this is all. Like, I'm not getting more from those cards. So I would suggest let's start with your candle wax reading. Let me put the cards aside. All right, so let me get you your candle wax bowl. Okay. So, as always, my beautiful pile one, please give me a moment to tune into the energies here. For my beautiful pile one. Let's see, let's see. Okay. So that's interesting. No, let me first say something else. Okay, please give me a moment. I'm receiving a little bit more. I'm receiving a lot of messages, so I need to gather the energies for a second. Okay, so let me just start with this. So I really feel like, my dear pile one, that when we talk about, yeah, almost like the timing in a way, I guess, like when you are gonna meet your future spouse regarding you and your life, I really feel like you're gonna be at a place in which you feel like very independent when it comes to your life. Also, like financially speaking, or when we talk about your career, you feel very grounded. You feel very secure. You feel like you are at a place where, like, you feel very good about your career, or at least I'm hearing it's going somewhere. So for some reason, maybe this is something you say. But yeah, you're gonna feel very independent. That's the first message I'm receiving here. Another thing I would like to say is that this really feels like a new person. This doesn't feel like an ex coming back. So if I if I remember correctly, sometimes when I read a lot of energies and stuff, like, yeah, I feel like it's almost like, not in a trance, but like it's definitely an interesting, I guess, place to be in. And sometimes I feel like I forget the things I say, but I believe I have talked about the fact that I love new energy, and this feels like someone new. So this can be a confirmation here. Yeah. Especially when we talk about 1 hour readings. There is a lot that is going to be said, and yeah. But I do feel like I've said this. So, yeah, someone who feels very new, someone who some of you guys may have not met yet, or you're gonna meet them. And once again, as I said, you may right now try to manifest them into your life. But this is definitely a confirmation here. Let me see what else I can get. Okay, so I just saw a table, and the table was decorated really beautifully, as if like someone is preparing the table for like guests to come over, and they want everything to look beautiful and stuff, right? And okay, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful decor. And also very delicious food. Like, it's almost like I can smell it. Like, delicious, delicious food here. Okay, so what I'm getting from this energy, because I literally saw a picture in my mind now, I really feel like, my dear pile one, like, this is something about you and your future spouse's place, something about your, as I like to say, like your safe space. I really feel like you guys are gonna create a environment in which, like, it's just so heartwarming, like, I really feel like, if, of course, I mean, this is your future spouse, so you're probably gonna, of course, live with them. Your place is gonna be decorated really beautifully, very warm. I'm seeing a lot of like earthy colors here as well. Yeah, just, you know, this warm feeling that you get when you come home from work and you're very tired, but you come home and you can smell delicious food. You just feel so safe and it's just so warm and cozy. I really feel like this is like how you guys are going to feel it, the space that you guys are going to create with each other. This is so, so, so sweet. Some of you guys may also put a lot of money actually into your home. So maybe you're gonna buy something, like you're gonna buy your own space or your own place, or you are someone maybe who likes love like fancy stuff and you're gonna put a lot of fancy decor. Like, what's happening? I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know why I feel like there is so much messages coming through regarding your home. This is definitely my home pile, by the way. So, yeah. Can I get some other messages as well? But definitely a very beautiful, like a very beautifully decorated home. Let me see for my beautiful pile one. Okay, I'm receiving a message here regarding once again some information about your future spouse. I feel like your future spouse is someone who is really good at, and that's very interesting, at dealing with people's emotions. So, what do I mean with that? When you're going to express yourself to your future spouse, they are very good at receiving those feelings, receiving those emotions, and responding to them. Because sometimes, you know, like some people may have struggle with understanding people's emotions, or like how they should react to it, how to deal with other people's feelings. And I really feel like on that like in that sense, your future spouse, they are very good at this. And especially like emotionally speaking, they are coming off as someone who's emotionally intelligent. And it's not only about the emotions that are connected to other people. You know, as I always like to say, it starts with us first, and this person respects their own emotions, they understand their own emotions, and they already are very emotionally intelligent when it comes to themselves as well. So therefore, they also know how to deal with it when it comes to other people and their emotions. Let me see. Okay, there's something coming through regarding the appearance. I really feel like your future spouse, they have a very beautiful natural like blush to them. Like for some reason I'm seeing this. It could even be the case like the cheek area like naturally. Maybe there's something that you also compliment them with, that you really love their natural blush. That's something I'm receiving here. Another thing, this didn't come out when it comes to like the relationship spread, but now I'm getting this message as well here. I really feel like, my dear pile one, that your future spouse is someone is gonna who's gonna be the one who will tell you that they want to take this relationship like very, very serious, and they want to lay a firm foundation. They want to lay a solid foundation, and this is gonna be something that you guys are gonna be very serious about. Because like as I said, like this is the energy from the beginning. You guys are gonna meet each other, and you will be very serious about each other, because you're gonna feel things that are gonna be very intense. At the same time, it could be the first time feeling those things for someone. So you're not just going to take this lightly, and the spiritual connection is definitely going to intensify this, right? So you want to ground this and you want to take this very serious. This doesn't feel like you guys feeling so intensely, but then choosing to maybe have fun a time and then see where it goes. This really feels like you guys being serious and you guys wanting to lay something very solid from the beginning, feeling secure. Because I do feel like both of you guys also, like, mentally speaking, or when we talk about what you guys want from a relationship, is exactly that. You're looking for a long-term relationship. When we talk about, like, the time when you guys are going to meet, you're going to be someone who wants a solid and a long-term relationship. You're not going to be at a place where you want to still explore a lot with different people. You want to have fun and, not something serious. No, this is not what this feels like. Both of you guys are gonna be ready for this and want something secure. Another thing I would like to mention here is that I really feel like for you, my dear pile one, if in the past it was a little bit difficult for you to understand whether someone is right for you or whether someone is not right for you, making a decision regarding this with your future spouse, this is something that is not necessary. I really feel like, once again, you guys are gonna be pretty sure about each other, because it's not only about two people meeting each other. You guys are gonna sense a lot of different things, which, I talked about these, like, complementing energies. I talked about the counterpart energy. It's gonna be pretty obvious to you guys. Of course, with time, you're gonna get to know each other more and more and understand this better. But as I said, it's gonna be a pretty fast energy. So a lot of things are gonna develop pretty quickly, and you guys are you're gonna know that this is someone that can be the one for you pretty early on. There is not a lot of overthinking. There is a lot of trusting and a lot of going with the flow. Maybe even something that some of you guys are gonna do for the very first time, because maybe you're someone who first really needs to overthink a lot, and you're actually not someone who just trusts, or, well, is trust the right word? Maybe you're not someone who just goes for it, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word either, but all I can really say regarding the energy here is that maybe even an intuitive knowing that you're gonna have, and it's gonna guide you. Yeah, that's a better way. You're gonna just trust and allow yourself to be guided, rather than overthinking everything and trying to understand it from the beginning. You just want to go with it because it's gonna feel so right. Okay, as I said, of course, as always, take it how it resonates. But for some of you guys, I do feel like you could create a family here. But once again, if not, then of course, take it how it resonates. Yeah, I do feel like at the time when you guys are going to meet, you're going to be really ready for your future spouse for sure. And yeah, the divine timing. If you have been waiting for a very long time, really feel like, yeah, at the time you will meet your future spouse, you're gonna be very very positive and uplifted about not only your love life, but really generally speaking your overall life. As I said, career wise, you're gonna feel very good, and just generally speaking, a high vibration. That's how I would describe this energy. So, my dear pile one, this is all I have for you for today. I am not receiving any more messages. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, my dear, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pile one, take care, my love. Hey, pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? First of all, my dear, I would like to get you some oracle cards. To be more specific, some archetype cards, and then we will dive a little bit deeper into the topic with some more tarot cards. So let's see, for my beautiful pile 2. For my beautiful pile 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? So let's start. For pile 2, the first card we got is the Shapeshifter. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness. Ability to see the potential in everything. All right. We got the Priest archetype. Facilitates spiritual commitments. Serves as a channel of spiritual energy. For my beautiful pile 2, let's see. Oh my goodness. So, we have the Saboteur. Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Okay, interesting. And, one more card here actually, and it says Gossip. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. All right, so my dear pile 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? What do you need to know? So, please give me a moment. Okay, let me start with this. I really feel like, okay, so when we talk about your future spouse, I feel like your future spouse is someone who had a very tough life, in the sense that a lot of things they had to like fight for by themselves. So maybe it is like the recent past, or maybe like much more long ago, but I really feel like your future spouse has had some periods in their life in which they only had, or they were only able to, better to say, rely on themselves, because they haven't had a lot of people in their life who maybe supported them or really understood their vision. So they really had to believe in themselves all by themselves and just push through. And this really taught them a lot. I really feel like your future spouse is a fighter. They are a survivor. They are someone who has continued over and over and over again, and no matter what, they never gave up. Maybe, if other people were in their position, they would have given up, but your future spouse didn't. And I really feel like maybe it may not be really early in life, maybe later in life, your future spouse they found themselves in a very stuck energy, and it really took a lot of self-discipline, a lot of trust and belief in yourself to overcome it. And this person has made it. And I really feel like it is all by themselves. This person, they love to be around people that they love, right? I mean, who doesn't, right? But at the same time, they are also good at being alone, because at one point in their life taught them, like they had to, whether they liked it or not at the time, they had to be by themselves and go through it alone. And this phase or this time period, it taught them a lot about, I guess you could say, how important the relationship is towards yourself. That it can shape our whole reality in a way, you know, how we see ourselves, how we treat ourselves, and yeah, just the connection we feel towards ourselves and how we nurture it. And they learned it the hard way because they didn't had any other option in a way, because they really had to focus on themselves. But I feel like this period taught them a lot, and this period also taught them to be very adaptable in a way, or as this card says, to in a way be a shapeshifter, to really fit in different scenarios, because they have learned in life that, you know, you have to go with changes, you have to embrace life, even if something is coming your way which may not be what you want, but you know, you're experiencing it, you have to, you know, do the best out of it. And this is their mindset. I really feel like this person, like even if they go through very tough times, you will see them still continue and still having positive thoughts. And you may even ask yourself, like, how is this person able to do that? How are they able to stay so optimistic, or to continue over and over again? Well, it's because that's what they taught themselves, you know? And I really feel like this person. Wait, give me a moment. Because they have been alone, almost like in a hermit mode for quite some time. Not right now, this is more so past energy. Once again, this is a phase in their life that they went through at one point. Because they went through this hermit phase, they learned a lot about themselves, and it really allowed them to explore themselves as well, what talents they may have, what potential they may have, to really get to know yourself and understand yourself better. And I really feel like this is a time period in which this person, like, they really treasure it and they wouldn't change it for anything else in their life, even though it could have been not the easiest, but it has taught them a lot and made them closer to who they really are, and in a way shaped them, you know? And they wouldn't, yeah, they wouldn't change this at all, because it was like a very, very important time for self-reflection and understanding. I also feel like this time has really made this person believe not only in themselves, but, you know, whatever you want to call it, like a higher energy, source energy, just trusting in the universe. You know, they had, or they were alone, but what they did was they still felt connected to something, you know, something out there, something maybe that felt bigger than them, and they really wanted to stay connected, and they trusted in the universe, they trust and believed in their journey. And that's the thing, you guys. I really feel like this person had trust in situations in which, like, other people could have not. And they did it though. You know, they trusted, and it really gave them so much energy and so much strength because they stayed optimistic and they stayed hopeful. And that could have been a great source of energy for them. Yeah. I feel like this person could have fought in the beginning a little bit, um, like before they went into the hermit phase, or maybe in the beginning. They felt very uncomfortable being by themselves and they felt very uncomfortable with all the changes that were going on, but it made them understand their fears and also understand the illusion that actually comes with it. And yeah, definitely, like they turned the self-sabotaging around. This is how I would describe it. They, like an alchemist, who turns one thing into something else. They took their fear. Of course, it wasn't just that easy. It took them a certain amount of like time and work, right? But if we look at it through this way, I guess, just like a alchemist, they took something, in that case now the fear, and they turn it into something else, which is strength, which is understanding, which is wisdom and experience. And this, yeah, made them very, very like powerful. Let me see. With the gossip card being here, I really feel like, and look at the illustration, it is almost like I see these two people talking about your future spouse. Like, I really feel like this time in their life, I mean, we already got that it wasn't easy and they had to trust, And maybe people who were like outsiders, who saw them, who knew them, and had some idea regarding what this person was going through. Maybe they thought that this person wouldn't make it, or, whatever vision it was that they believed in, that it just wasn't really the case, or it was just an illusion, whatever, like BS. These people could have, yeah, thought very negatively, but it's interesting how your future spouse has not allowed those negative people or those negative thoughts to be the last word. And I really feel like those gossip people, they were really surprised in a way. And your future spouse is definitely someone who, like, they don't have any time for gossiping or these kind of energies. They don't entertain anything that is not good for their highest, like, well-being, the well-being basically. And your future spouse is more so someone who, like, they focus on themselves, and they just, like, they're not interested in other people's business because they're focused on their own business. It's just simple as that. And this mindset has taught this person to constantly be focused in a way, and to not get distracted by, those people, those circumstances, those negative energies. Like, their eyes were definitely on their goal. I do feel this person is very determined. They really, really are. And with this mindset and their energy, they can really achieve a lot of things in their life, because once they start, like, they go all the way. They don't quit, Not once they fail, not twice they fail, not 3 times they fail, like, because they could succeed the 4th time, right? So this is how they think. They will continue. They will not give up. And I feel that's very, like, that's a great strength that they have. And yeah, I really feel like this person can go all the way. They do feel like someone who, I mean, maybe throughout the reading we will get more and more information about this, but I do feel like this is someone who who's very determined when it comes to their work, when it comes to, you know, the things that they focus on. And they definitely look like they're looking for success. They don't just want to do something and then maybe quit it in the middle. No, they really want to go all the way and perform at their best. Because once again, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing because life taught them, you know, to always continue and do the best out of any situation. And this mindset they now take with them, you know, also in the present moment, in the future as well. This is just who they are now. So even when we talk about a relationship, I really feel like this is someone who they want to have a successful relationship. They don't just want to have a relationship and then, let's just say, break up with their person like soon after. No, if they get committed, they really want to make the best out of it. Like they really want to invest a lot of energy into it. One extra message I'm getting is that this person, they could be pretty romantic. That's just something I wanted to mention here. Yeah. But this person is now, you know, co-creating their reality. Like what is in the past is in the past, but they definitely, you know, take the wisdom with them, and they have, yeah, they've learned. So I would say let's now get you guys the first tarot spread. So let's see. For my dear pile 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Let's get some more information about them, about their personality perhaps, or, you know, other things. Let's see, what do you need to know? Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? My goodness. So the High Priestess is the first card here. Oops. Too many cards. Okay, we have the Emperor. One card fell. We also got the Four of Swords here. The Page of Swords. All right, we have the Two of Cups here, the Magician. Too many. Look at this, yeah. The Hermit, Four of Swords, yeah. And the Seven of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles at the back. So my dear pile 2, let's continue. Let's see. What else do you need to know about your future spouse, about who you will marry? So first of all, I would like to say that I really feel like your future spouse is someone, my dear, who has invested a lot in themselves on like many different levels. For example, this is someone who has put a lot of time, effort, and energy into their education. Someone who has put a lot of time and effort into getting the knowledge, getting the skills, working on themselves, like even mentally. Mentally is another thing here. Maybe this person has gone through certain professionals to improve their mental health, like a lot of different ways in which this person has invested in who they are and into their well-being. So when I tell you guys this person is really focused on themselves and on their goals, I mean it. And of course, the number one thing is our health, our well-being on every single level. If we feel, uneasy in a certain way, then of course it will also influence how we perform, right? Like um if it's like emotionally, mentally, or like physically, even energetically. I mean, these things are all interconnected anyways, right? But if we don't feel well in one of these things, it affects everything. And for them, it is so important to find a balance or really nurture yourself, with the things you need in order to get well or feel at your best, to perform at your best, right? And I really feel like this is someone who seeks a lot of knowledge, who likes to always learn new things. Like, even if this person is in some kind of a good position in, let's say, their workspace, and like it's the highest position and people think they can't learn more than that, no, they definitely think they can always learn more and more. And maybe every year they do a certain training to like freshen up their knowledge or get to know more and more. But they love doing this. They love to self-empower and to self-improve themselves. And this is not like this is a genuine self-improvement. Like it's not like they want to, like they're doing it just for the show, I don't know, to impress other people, or to pretend, or to come through a certain way, whatever. No, they do this because they do it like genuinely. They really want to improve who they are because they know they deserve it. This person knows their self-worth. They love themselves. They know they're deserving of the best. And they also want to feed their mind, feed their emotions with things that are good for them. And yeah, I really see them as someone who is very knowledgeable, very wise. I'm seeing here someone who has had or is very knowledgeable when it comes to a lot of different topics, like in the sense that they've read a lot, they've made a lot of research and stuff. And I also get someone who is smart through experience. So they come here with both sides, through like knowledge which you gather through information in the way of like education or reading, researching and stuff, but also I'm getting a lot of experience that makes you wiser and makes you gather a certain amount of knowledge through the way life turns out sometimes. And I really feel like, my dear pal, too, there is a lot that you can learn from your future spouse. And when I say that, I mean, like, this is what you're gonna think. You gonna see, because the way I see this energy is like from your guys' energy, right? Like from their view, from your view. And maybe this is something you're gonna think, like a thought, or literally something you're gonna say to your future spouse at one point. But I really feel like you're gonna see your future spouse as someone who can teach you a lot. Not to say that one person knows more than the other, or one person is better than the other. Like, there is always like different things people can teach each other, right? Because people have had different experiences. Maybe one person can teach something regarding this topic, the other can teach something regarding another topic, right? What I'm seeing here is that you see your future spouse as someone who's very mature. And when I say mature, it is not necessarily connected to age, because people of any age can be mature. It is always connected, once again, to experience rather than age. And you see them as someone who can teach you a lot regarding, okay, yeah, doesn't surprise me, I'm hearing self-improvement. but also just generally speaking, how to believe in yourself. And it's almost like when you are with them, their energy is a little bit contagious, and you also get the sensation of like wanting to get to know more, seeking more knowledge, and however aspect this may be, but you just want to bring out your best version. This is the effect this person has. They're very inspiring. They are really, really inspiring. And once again, they are definitely very, very skilled. They know what they do, they know who they are, and in whatever work field this person works in, they are definitely known for the person who, is getting great deals or does their job really, really well, knows how to do the things very skillful. So, yeah, they know, they know. I feel like when we talk about the topic of love, this person may respond in a very, like, what is the right word? Give me a moment. Like in a, I would say in a very like intuitive way. So what do I mean with that? This person, when it comes to their work life, for example, like they know what they want, right? And they go about it. They are super determined and motivated, and yeah, like they go for it. Now, when it comes to love, I feel like this person, like they are someone who, as I said, they know what they want. And this is something I feel like universal. Like, generally speaking, it's not only one aspect in their life. This person has had a lot of time discovering themselves, exploring, and they know who they are, what they want, whether it's in the workspace, love wise, relationship, friendship, whatever. Like, they arrived. And, as I said, like, when we talk about love, they know what they love and or what they want. But it's kind of like they're waiting. They're waiting for the right things to come in. Because I feel like this person, they think that you can't force things, and that in a way the right person, if someone is meant for you, or if someone is a good match for you, you will attract them, but they're not out there actively looking for love or dating around a lot, because yeah, they're more so focused on their work right now. But it's kind of like their intuition, their intuition is guiding them when it comes to their love life. And they really trust that. They're not forcing anything. They're not looking everywhere. They are more so trusting and letting their intuition guide them. Because I feel like this is someone who, like, they would rather stay single than being with the wrong person. So, some people, for example, like to explore a lot, be with a lot of people, date a lot of different people, and maybe then they will find the right person among them. Which, of course, everyone can do whatever they want to do, right? People are different, and that's okay. When we talk about this person, they're not so much the dating kind of person. I feel like they much more like to get to know someone like naturally. Like, what do I mean naturally? For example, they wouldn't be on a dating app actively looking. They would rather, I don't know, like be at a maybe event and then just meet someone there. Like, they're not actively on different sites or putting themselves out there in a way that people understand they're looking. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope I'm like, they're not someone who's like actively searching. They believe that the right love is out there for them, and they will meet them. And we have the High Priestess here, right? So the High Priestess is literally a card that signifies intuition. So it could be the case that, you know, this mindset that they have is in a way coming from their intuition, because they can feel that there's someone out there for them. They can feel that, you know, dating randomly is not for them. They want to have like a special someone, and they believe that like their right partner will come. But until that, they will work on themselves. They will be their greatest version. And if they meet the right person, they will be ready for them. I do feel like this person is, yeah. I'm actually hearing that they have suitors, but they don't go for it because they don't see them like compatible to them. They have a different vision as for what it is that they want in comparison to those suitors, maybe. So for example, let's just say, very simply, maybe this person wants to have a commitment, like a long-term relationship, but one of those suitors wants to have fun, as an example. So it is very important for them to find someone, of course, who shares a very similar vision or wants the same in a relationship, which of course is very understanding. Another thing that I see here for you, my dear pile 2, is that it is very important for your future spouse to be in a relationship in which both people feel independent and no codependent. So maybe this person has some experiences regarding codependency, maybe in previous relationships, but I definitely see them as someone who, if we speak now, it is very important to be independent. I mean, of course, you have a relationship with someone, right? And you are connected, you're close. I mean, there is no doubt about that. But there is this element of like codependency that this person definitely doesn't want to have in a relationship. So they really would like to have a partner who likes, in a way, like spending time with themselves, like just like your future spouse, someone who has a great relationship to themselves and also likes some free time, and also likes to be independent. Like, yes, of course, you are in a relationship with someone, but at the same time, you also want to claim your independence. And this is what is very important to them in a relationship. Let me see. No, that's all for now. I'm not receiving any more messages. No, I don't think so. Or let me see. No. So let's get you guys a second tarot spread. And let's see, what else can we get, especially regarding your guys' relationship and also first impressions. For my beautiful pile 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Let's see. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Okay, one card fell. The first card we have is the Ace of Swords. Another one, but I have to see, where did it fall? I think it's under the table. Please give me a moment, you guys. Yeah, got it. So we have the Three of Cups. For my beautiful pile 2, can we please get some cards? Oh my goodness. Oh no, you guys, this also happened in pile 1. The water ball for the candle wax reading is like right next to me, and the cards fell in it. Let me dry them for a moment. Okay, I will definitely in the future not put it there. Okay, they're a little bit dry, but they're definitely too much. So let's see. For my beautiful pile. Goodness, too many. No card wants to come out. Okay, let's do it this way. We have the Seven of Pentacles. The Magician. Queen of Swords. Three of Wands. The Empress. Let's get you guys one last card. And the Page of Swords. All right, so my dear pile 2, let's get a little more information about you guys' relationship and of course the first impressions as well. First of all, I feel like when we talk about your guys' relationship, there is one thing that's going to be great between you guys, and that's the communication. I feel like there is a lot of clarity, a lot of clear communication between you guys. You're very intelligent when it comes to communication. If, you know, I don't know if this is a way to express it, if that's right English, but I think you guys understand what I mean. And it's definitely both-sided here. So you are both coming through with a lot of honesty and like expression. You know, expression is definitely a thing here. And I really feel like, for example, if you guys, let's say, have an argument, it's not like one person's not gonna like listen to the other, or one person's gonna run away, not seek any communication. No, I really feel like you guys are gonna like sit down and really like look into each other's eyes and talk it out, you know, like really try to understand the other person's view and maybe whether there is a misunderstanding, finding a solution. So yeah, clear communication. I also feel like, my dear pile 2, when we talk about your relationship, your future spouse is going to be someone who is going to be very protective of you guys' relationship, and they're definitely not someone to play around regarding that. Your future spouse is someone who's like a protector, like someone who protects. It's not only you, like people they love, you know, whether it's their family, friends. This is just who they are, like their love language in a way. You know, one way to express their love is through protecting the people they care about. And this is something you're gonna also feel, and you're gonna see that if someone, for example, disrespects you or crosses a line with you, it's not like this person thinks that you need to be protected in the sense that you can't like stand up for yourself, or you can't protect yourself. I mean, of course, you know, they totally understand that, like, you can, and they're also going to give you the space to do so. But at the same time, it really comes natural to them to also make sure that they support you when it comes to that, and you know that they're there, and you know that they're protective of, you know, like, you and your guys' relationship, and that you are important to them. Because what is important to them, they feel protected, you know, towards it. And I really feel like this person is someone who, like, as I said, or wait a minute, let me see. Okay, now, you know, not in the past is past. I mean, we already looked into the past with the archetype cards, right? But if we look at it from where they are now and their energy today, they are definitely someone who's a very social person, someone who really loves to interact with others. I feel like, especially, like, this person has a circle of friends, a circle of people that they love and stuff, friends, family. And yeah, you will see that these people are, like, so important for them, and they love to spend time, they love to go out with them, they love to just see these people. I really feel like this person, you know, they could see their family, like, for example, once a week, or they may meet at the weekends with them, or you know, meet their friends definitely every week. So they need this, you know. This person recharges when they are with their loved ones, when they spend time with the people they care about. And let me tell you, your future spouse is someone who has a very big heart, and they love to share this heart with other people as well. Even if in the past this person, you know, like, at one point in their life, they really had to fight alone because of their circumstance and life, that doesn't mean, you know, just because this person was in a hermit mode in a very long time, that they don't enjoy, like, being social. Absolutely not. This time in which they had to be by themselves taught them a lot, and they loved it as well, in the sense that this person can be by themselves, and they also need this every now and then. But at the same time, there is nothing more beautiful for them than spend time with the people you care about, right? And you're gonna see that, like, they could actually be someone who, actively speaking, hosts a lot of events at home, invites a lot of people over. Like, they definitely nurture their relationships. And you're also going to see this as well when it comes to you guys' relationship, right? That they're also going to nurture, yeah, your relationship. Let me see. Okay, let's talk about some information regarding the first impression. I really feel like, my dear, when we talk about your future spouse, like, and they're gonna see you, I don't know why, and this is not, like, gender specific, like, it doesn't matter who you are. Remember, tarot is energy only, and the Empress for me here, like, her energy in the Empress card, it's really embodying you. And I really feel like this is kind of you coming through here when we talk about the first impression, or when we talk about this first meeting, how your future spouse in a way is perceiving you, or will perceive you, better to say. And I really feel like they're gonna see you as someone who, first of all, is extremely attractive. When I see the Empress card, I mean, of course, it has a lot of different meanings, but there's this element of beauty in the Empress card. Something I personally associate with this card. Like, this timeless, very classy beauty. And I really feel like at the day you guys are gonna meet, this is how you're gonna come through. Maybe you're even gonna wear something very classy or something very timeless, but you're gonna, like, come off as, like very confident as well. I really feel like in this day, I'm sorry, at this day, you're gonna be in your element. You're really gonna enjoy, like, for example, if this isn't, let's say, event or some kind of a gathering you guys are gonna meet in, I really feel like you're gonna enjoy being there, and you have the time of your life. Like, you really feel confident in who you are, and it is noticeable, and your future spouse is going to see it, and they're going to perceive you as such as well. Someone who's very confident, someone who is very attractive, as I said. Also, of course, let me see. Yeah, the attraction from your future spouse's side is gonna be extremely like high. But I feel like this person is not gonna go to you or talk to you immediately. Like, what I mean with that is, like, from the moment, let's say, they see you, and they have all these attractions towards you, till the moment you guys may talk, or maybe they will go and talk to you. They may be the initiator in a way. I feel like there will be some time passing, though, because we also have the Seven of Pentacles in here, which is a slow moving energy, or also a card which can signify patience. So I really feel like they're gonna take their time. Your future spouse is not gonna just rush towards you. They're gonna maybe see the best way to talk to you, for example. Let me see. And that's interesting. When we talk about your first impression of your future spouse, you're gonna see them as someone who's very confident as well, but there is more to this confidence. Someone who may, I don't know why I heard powerful, like, you're gonna see them as someone who may be, I'm hearing, important, or someone who could have some kind of position which, they have a lot of responsibility. You're also gonna have the impression that they are very intelligent or very smart. Maybe it's something they say that really impresses you and gives you the impression that, wow, this person seems to be very knowledgeable. Once again, right? This knowledge energy is coming through. So, of course, it could be like very different when we talk about how those energies are going to expose to you. But I feel like for the majority of you guys, through a conversation that you may overhear, or you may even be a part of, like, actively, you're going to see that this person, yeah, they're someone who's very deep, a lot to explore. You're also going to see them as very skilled. So for some of you guys, this could even be some kind of a work environment in which you guys are going to meet. And for example, you're going to get to know, or maybe see that they're really good at something. Like with the Magician energy being here. Also, someone who's honest. Once again, like, honesty for me is coming through. Yeah, but with the Magician card, definitely someone who's very skilled. Let me see. I really feel like talking a little bit about you guys' relationship as well, or better to say about your, like, future spouse, and what's important to them in a relationship, because that's a message I'm receiving here. For this person, loyalty is very, very big, and of course loyalty is a huge part for a lot of people when we talk about relationships, right? But I'm getting this very, like, dominating energy, like loyalty. Maybe this person has experienced at one point, like, unfaithfulness, and this is why this is coming through, or some kind of betrayal. Doesn't even have to be romantically. I mean, You can also experience like betrayal in like other dynamics such as friendship or even like family dynamics, right? But what I feel in here is that this is definitely something very important for them, loyalty. And your future spouse is also someone who's extremely, extremely loyal. This could be one of the first things you're gonna notice when, when being with them or getting to know them. Yeah, definitely this protector and loyal energy here. Let me see. Yeah, I think, is there anything more? No, that's all I'm getting for now. All right, so let me get all the tarot. Okay. I would say let's start with the candle wax reading now. Let's see. For my beautiful pile 2. As always, my dear, please give me a moment to tune into the energies here. What extra messages can we get about who you will marry, who your future spouse is, something about your guys' relationship, who they are? Let's see. Okay. All right. So my dear pile 2, I really feel like your future spouse is someone who, like, a lot of people look up to. And when I say this is work related. They are someone who's very respected. I do feel like your future spouse is someone who has a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders, because they are definitely in a position which there is a lot, asked and like of them, and a lot they need to take care of. And yeah, I'm seeing someone who's standing. A lot of people are like looking up to them, because yeah, inspiration is again something I'm hearing. Like your future spouse could actually share their story, for example, with like other people, and through that people see where this person has started, for example, and they see them as a like great motivation or inspiration, because maybe this is something your future spouse sometimes says, that like everyone can make it, or maybe your future spouse likes to give a lot of advice regarding like not to give up and keep going and stuff. But I feel like there is a lot of respect, like people respect them for who they are and how far they've come. Your future spouse is also someone who is a very passionate person. And once again, I'm here only like receiving messages regarding the work and stuff. So there's someone who's very passionate when it comes to what they do. And this is a big thing, because like they love what they do, and this is why they can perform the way they can also perform, right? Like when you love what you do, you go about your work in a complete different way in comparison to someone that hates what they do. And I really feel like this person sees a lot of purpose and meaning in their work, and maybe their work is something about helping others even. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, okay. So another thing I'm getting here, my dear pile 2, is that your future spouse is gonna be the one pursuing you. Like, this is now a message that I'm receiving. And I think this message also came through, if I'm not wrong. I think I said that this person is coming off as someone very romantic, and I can definitely confirm this. There's someone who is going to be very sweet when it comes to how they're going to pursue you. The gestures they're going to do, you're really going to feel like how much they are invested in you through their actions, especially. This is something I would like to mention here as well regarding your future spouse. They are definitely someone who, like someone who lets their actions talk for them. Like, they're not someone who will just talk and talk and talk but not act on it. No, it's the complete opposite. Like, maybe sometimes you will see the results first, because maybe they will surprise you with something, but they will let their actions speak, definitely. Let me see. Another thing I would like to mention here is that I definitely feel like for you, my dear pile 2, your future spouse is someone who will make their dreams real. Like, they will make their dreams a reality, because they have this determination, as I said, and it's much more than that. This is how they are wired. They are such a fighter, and once they start something, as I said, they will go all the way, and they have the determination which is needed, because sometimes some people will give up just before the finish line. They won't. No matter what, they will always, always, always continue. And this also, I'm feeling, yeah, like this determination that they have, that's interesting. I also feel like they are a great leader. And maybe this is also why, like, constantly I got this impression that this person could be someone who maybe is some kind of an authority person or has a certain position. But they're really good at it. I also feel like this person may actually donate a lot, or, you know, like, there's definitely someone who's really good at investing. There is no doubt about that. But it's not only like investing in themselves, but it's like also sharing their resources or what they have with other people as well. In the sense, like, yeah, donation is coming through here, helping others. This person helps people with their, like, finances for sure. They don't just spend their money for themselves, they also spend the money with others, especially those who may not have as much as they have. They love to help. Maybe because this person at one point in their life, like, they know how it feels like to not have a lot. So now that they are in a position in which they've created this for themselves, they like to share this with those who may have less than them. I really feel like, my dear pal, too, your future spouse, yeah, your future spouse is someone who someone who expresses themselves also a lot through their creativity. So this is something you're going to see in them, and I feel like this is something you're also going to love about them a lot, because this creativity could be especially coming through if their work is not related to anything creative. Then this creativity could be expressed in their personal life as well, or especially in their personal life and in your relationship. And I really feel like it is something that is gonna make your relationship like even more fun in a way. Maybe they're gonna plan something very creative for you guys, and it's gonna make, let's say, your weekend very exciting. Or maybe they like to create things with their hands, like literally, and they do certain creative things and they make something for you. Like, of course, it can be expressed in a lot of different ways, but I really feel like this creativity is also like a love language. They love to express to you how much they love you through the creativity that they do, or how they like to express that. So once again, whether it's through planning a very creative and fun weekend or trip for you guys, or whether it's, you know, making a very creative, let's say, birthday gift, whatever it may be. But this is also a part of them, and this is something that you're gonna love about them a lot, because it shows how, once again, invested they are, and that they put a lot of thoughts in things. Like, they don't just do something without thinking about it or without considering, you know, maybe your wishes and stuff. They really love to do something or make something from the heart space. And you will feel that. You will feel that they will not just randomly buy something from the store, but they will also, like, they will make you a gift that is much more meaningful. I hope I have expressed this the best way possible, but I love this person's like creative energy so much, because there is so much potential to this, and so much, like, yeah, basically so many ways to explore it, and they definitely will. And I feel like with this creativity they make their loved ones very, very happy, or their fans, like friends as well here. So my dear pile 2, this is actually all I have for you for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and of course for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. As always, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me, and you would like to get further information regarding one, of course, my dear, you can feel free to email me. And lastly, if you also would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 2, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? As always, my dear, I would like to get you some oracle and tarot cards, but first, let's get you guys some oracle cards. To be more specific, some archetype oracle. And let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? For my beautiful pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? The first card we have is the slave archetype, and it says, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. For my beautiful pile 3, few cards fell. Okay, we have the queen archetype. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. We have the Don Juan, spotlights your positive seductive qualities. All right. Let's get you guys one last card. All right. And we have the femme fatale, and it says highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Okay, that's interesting. Here we have like red color, here darker color. All right, so my dear pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? So first of all, I would like to say that, as always, tarot and oracle, it's just energy. So even, if, for example, you can see queen here, or, whatever, this is not gender specific. So whoever you are or whoever you are into, it's just about the energy here. All right. Having said that, let's begin. So first of all, my dear, I really feel like your future spouse is someone who's very desired. This is the first thing I'm seeing here. I feel like your future spouse is someone who is very, very attractive, and I'm hearing, they could meet a certain beauty standards, which are, yeah, very seen after or very attractive when it comes to your future spouse and wherever they are from. Because of course beauty standards, they can be a little bit different according to country and country, right, depending on where you live. But whatever country your future spouse is from, they may be, or have, better to say, certain traits that are very, very attractive. And I really feel like a lot of people are interested in your future spouse. So I'm seeing a lot of suitors actually, and I really feel like it's just not only about their physicality, although their physical beauty can definitely, or is definitely also a big, big, big reason. But I feel like there's also something about your future spouse's energy, their vibe, that is very seductive, that is very, in a way, alluring, or very, very attractive, that it, it's like kind of like it emphasizes the beauty they already have. Now, I really feel like your future spouse is someone who has a lot of charm to them, and yeah, they are a charmer for sure, and they are definitely someone who, and this is really effortless. This is something I want to mention here. It's not like your future spouse is trying to be this way. This is who they are. It's really effortless. I really feel like it's kind of like they are very good at seducing as well, They are very charming, and they are really good at expressing themselves as well. And they have this energy of maybe even a little bit mysterious, which is very interesting because while I was shuffling, I literally got the message of mysterious coming through. And I really feel like, especially for you, it could be the case that your future spouse is going to come off as very mysterious. So it could be something related to their appearance, for example, that is going to give the impression that they are very mysterious. Maybe it's the way they carry themselves, the way they look. But you definitely are gonna, get this energy coming through here. I really feel like there is something very, very classy about your future spouse. They are also a very sensual person. And I really feel like your future spouse is someone who takes great care of their appearance, but it looks very effortless. Like, they take care of themselves and, you know, of their, like, how they look and stuff. But yeah, as I said, it seems very effortless for sure. But they also have this energy of, you know, like, for example, certain flies like get attracted towards light. And for some reason, I saw this. Like, I saw a lot of people getting attracted towards your, like, this person. Yeah. It's kind of like your future spouse has some kind of a energy that glows, you know? Because I had this, like, this example now, metaphorically speaking, with the light and the fly, right? And I really feel like there is more to this, like this light. It's almost like your future spouse is actually someone who glows really differently. And even the way they walk, the way they carry themselves, even their voice could be very, very attractive. Also, I feel like your future spouse is really good at expressing themselves. Another thing I would like to mention here. Let me see. So, regarding the physicality, although I didn't want to concentrate in this reading, like, regarding the appearance, I still get some messages coming through here. And the first thing I'm seeing here is their eyes. There's something about your future spouse's eyes that could be very attractive for you. So whether it's the eye color or the eye shape, I really feel like you're gonna, yeah, feel very, very attracted towards that. Let me see. Another thing, their lips. You're gonna be very attracted to kiss them. And also their side profile is coming through for some reason. Another thing I would like to mention here is that I really feel like your future spouse, yeah, they are someone who knows what they want. And especially when we talk about relationships, they know what kind of a partner it is that they want. And I really feel like it comes from experiences. So maybe this person, for example, was in a relationship which wasn't the best. So they know what kind of relation it is that they want, therefore definitely not like the previous one, for example. There is something about them which seems very experienced. This is how I would describe it. Is there anything else? Let me see. I also feel like your future spouse is gonna be very romantic. But I already said that, right? Like charming, but also very, very romantic. This is actually all I get so far from the oracle cards. Let's get you guys some more tarot. All right. So for my beautiful pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Can we get some more information about them regarding their personality, who they are? Let's see. For my beautiful pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? For my beautiful pile 3. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? The first card we have is the Six of Cups, the Chariot, Five of Wands, Four of Wands, the Judgment card, the Moon card. All right. Oops. Oh, I think a few cards turned over. Okay, not this way. Let's start. Okay. We have the Lovers. All right. Let's get you guys one last card. And we have the Hermit. At the back of the deck, we got the Knight of Swords. So for my dear pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? So I would like to start with this. I really feel like there's definitely a lot of competition around this person. Like, once again, a lot of people could be very interested in them. But I would like to talk about the fact that your future spouse is someone who's looking for love. They're not looking for like people who may only be attracted to them because of their appearance or because of like some superficial stuff. They are, once again, as I said, they know what they want, and what they want is love. In fact, I really feel like your future spouse is someone who is looking for something serious, and they are, for example, someone who is very family oriented and would like to get married, would like to yeah, get committed. But it's all about the right person, and I really feel like this person hasn't found the right person yet, and this has made them maybe single for quite some time. But I really would like to say that when this person commits to someone, like, there is really no reason to be worried or something like that, when we talk about like other people being interested to them as well. Because this person, like your future spouse, will only be focused on you. Because what they care about is only, well, their partner. And your future spouse takes relationships very, very serious. Like love relationships. And maybe this is something that a lot of people at first don't see. Maybe your future spouse seems like someone who could be a player, or someone who is maybe not that serious, because they have some suitors, but they are really serious, and they are looking for the real deal. So it could be the case that when you meet your future spouse, maybe one of your first impressions is going to be that this person could be a player, but it's interesting how deceitful this could be. Because when you get to know them, they're absolutely not like that. And they take relationships so serious, and they don't like to play around. And yeah, you could actually have a false first impression from your future spouse even. When your future spouse falls in love, they really give their all to the other person. And this could also be a reason why they don't take things lightly, like relationships lightly, because they know how it feels to maybe give everything to the wrong person. So they're very cautious when it comes to who they choose for themselves. And yeah, they just don't want to entertain the wrong people or the wrong person, who may only want to like take something from them or take advantage from them. So yeah, your future spouse is definitely looking for love here. Let me see. What I find also very interesting is that the moon card can actually signify like mysterious energy. And we already got message that your future spouse may be perceived as very mysterious, and I really feel like this is a confirmation here. So when you guys meet, especially like for the very first time, coming back to the first impressions, they may definitely come off as a very mysterious person. And we have a white and a black colored like wolves here, and they look very different, right? It could be the case. Oh my goodness, here as well, I just noticed. Like, here's also a black horse and a white horse. So we have different colors here when it comes to these, like symbolically speaking. And it could be the case that you and your future spouse, you are in some ways very different from each other. And this could be a great reason why they are coming off as so mysterious, because sometimes things which are unknown can be perceived as mysterious, or things that are very different from the things that we are used to or we know. So there is always this mysterious energy with the opposite energy, right? So it could be the case that there is some difference, whether it's like physically speaking, or whether it's like upbringing or something like that. It's perceivable though, so it could definitely be regarding their appearance, because you're gonna see it. It's not something you hear, it's something you're gonna see. You're gonna see that, yeah, you're gonna see that they are someone who, yeah, who is very mysterious. Let me see. What I also would like to talk about, my dear pile 3, is the fact that I really feel like your future spouse is someone who has a great relationship with their inner child. And this is something that they have definitely worked on. This person has put a lot of time and effort into almost like healing, healing certain parts of them. And I really feel like they are connected to their childhood. So whether it's something that they've worked on by themselves, or whether it's something that they got like professional help from, I really feel like they have come such a long way, and doing this inner child work, healing their inner child, has helped them so much now that they are an adult, because they were able to heal certain aspects in their life that brought to them a lot of confusion, and they were able to understand the confusion and overcome it. And what I find very interesting is that this could even be one of the first impressions you have from your future spouse. There is something about your future spouse which seems very youthful. Now, of course, it could be age related, but it doesn't necessarily have to. I mean, of course, it could be that your future spouse looks younger than they are, for example, or they look very young. But once again, it's also about their energy. And I really feel like a big reason why they are perceived this way in their energy is because they have a great relationship to their inner child. And they understand, even though I am an adult now, I am still this child and I want to nurture it. So this person may do certain things that they used to do when they were younger, because it really like nurtures them, it makes them feel great, it's just something that really brings them a lot of joy. So for example, it could be the case that this person likes to likes to watch certain TV shows from like when they were younger, for example, and it's just fun to do. It also is very nostalgic, right? Yeah, I really feel like it does something with them. It could be the case that when you guys meet for the very first time, you could be at a place that, like, in which some people may dance. Of course, take it how it resonates, because this is a general reading, so a lot of people are going to watch it. But for some of you guys, it could be the case that it's some kind of a gathering in which people dance. And what I find very interesting is that you may actually dance or show certain moves, because one first impression I got from your future spouse towards you is actually that you are a great dancer, or you can beautifully move yourself. Yeah, whether it's the rhythm, there's something about you, like, yeah, expressing yourself with your body language, which looks very attractive and very beautiful. I don't know why I just saw someone like dancing. Yeah, definitely. For some of you guys, for example, it could be a wedding, a place where there's music, maybe even a dance floor, who knows. But I saw someone dancing, just being in the moment, just enjoying being rooted in their body and just allowing themselves to be guided, through the music. And it's kind of like a very sensual moment. And I saw the other person, which is the future spouse, watching and getting very impressed. So this could be for someone specific out there, but that's just something that I saw. I also would like to talk about the fact that I feel like your future spouse is also someone who's definitely not scared of competition. So for example, when we talk about their workspace, they don't get intimidated by it because they believe in their abilities and they know what they can offer. So it could even be the case that your future spouse has been in some competitions and actively seeking, like, competing with others. And I really feel like they definitely could have also won in some, but they're not scared of it. This person trusts their abilities and they trust in what they can offer, and they show it. They like to show it, and they like to compete. Another thing I would like to mention here is that now I'm not receiving the timing, whether this is something your future spouse is already experienced or whether this is something that your future spouse will experience in the future, but I see success in their life. So they will succeed one way or another in what they do and get some kind of a recognition. So once again, I don't see whether it already happened or not, but it's definitely in their energy. Let me see. Yeah, this person definitely wants to get married. Definitely. This is actually all I get so far. Let's get you guys more cards. So let's see for my beautiful pile 3. Let's get you some more information also about your guys' relationship, right? Let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse for my beautiful pile 3? All right, let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? The first card we have is the 5 of Cups. Few cards fell. For my beautiful pile 3, or 2, only one, please. Only one. They only want to come out in pairs. 8 of Pentacles. Let's get you guys one card. The 8 of Cups. Excuse the cut, my dear. Let's see, for my beautiful pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? We have the 8 of Wands. The 6 of Cups, interesting, from 5 to 6 here. The Page of Pentacles. Oh, come on, doesn't want to come out. The Knight of Cups. One last card. And we have the 8 of Swords. Interesting, 8-8. At the back of the deck, the Empress. All right, so for my dear pile 3, what do you need to know? So let's talk about your relationship. I really feel like, my dear, when we talk about your relationship and the speed, it's definitely a fast-going speed. I really feel like when we talk about how far your relationship is going to develop, like from one phase in your relationship to the other, it's very fast moving here. Especially also with the 8 of Pentacles being here. Not Pentacles, 8 of Wands, excuse me. Because the 8 of Wands is a card that's like very fast in its energy. Excuse me. And I really feel like, my dear, so for example, when we talk about you guys meeting for the very first time, and let's just talk about your dating phase, and then from your dating phase to like you guys getting official, it may be pretty quickly. So the timing, you know, you may not really take your time that much when it comes to dating and stuff. You may go pretty fast into a relationship because it feels right to you guys. And I really feel like your relationship is going to develop pretty quickly because it's like an instant click, you know. You guys are going to meet and you understand each other, you know, your chemistry is really great. And it's kind of like you guys asking yourselves, like, what should we wait for? You know, everything is going great, like, let's take it to the next level. It's this kind of energy here. Let me see. Okay, I'm receiving a message which is pretty interesting. It has something to do with the timing and you meeting your future spouse. I feel like, my dear pal 3, before you meet your future spouse, you will come out of some stagnation energy. And it could be the case that the stagnation energy is something like mental, or even something like literally. Maybe you are, let's just say, in a job which doesn't really satisfy you and you feel stuck, or, you know, of course it can be anything. This is just a suggestion here, but I really feel like you're gonna overcome the stagnation. It's gonna be a choice. It's gonna be a choice that you will do, and it's gonna bring you out of the stagnation energy. What I also find very interesting is that the reason why you feel so stagnant or stuck is because you do something which doesn't fulfill you. Or if it's an actual place, you are at a place where you don't feel like you belong or you don't like. So it's kind of like your intuition, in a way, telling you to get out of the situation or get out of this space, because it's not what makes you happy. It's not what fulfills you. So for example, it could be the case that someone is studying something that they absolutely hate and they feel so stuck in this, and for example, they choose to leave this because it doesn't make them happy, and instead they want to study something else that makes them happy. Maybe they studied this just because their parents wanted, right? So this is just an example here, but I really feel like some kind of a stagnation energy that you will choose to overcome because you really want to bring into your life more joyful happiness. You want to decide for yourself what kind of life it is that you want, and you don't want other people anymore to dictate to you what you should do, what you should have. You want to choose it yourself. And this is gonna be a huge thing for you because it's almost like you letting go, or you releasing all those energies that trap you, whether it's another person's opinion or certain fears. I really feel like, my dear pal 3, you're gonna overcome this before you meet your future spouse, and it's gonna be so uplifting. You're gonna feel so uplifting. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge, like almost change in energy, I would say, that you're gonna trigger through this decision that you're gonna do. So this is just something I wanted to mention here really quickly when it comes to the timing, because that's a message I'm receiving here. I really feel like, going back, when it comes to you guys' relationship with your future spouse is definitely the one who's gonna pursue you, and I really feel like your future spouse is gonna be the one asking you out, or they're gonna be the one who's gonna offer you a cup of love. It feels like it's more so them. And they're gonna also do it in a very gentle way, in which you don't feel pressured, or you don't feel insecure for some reason, I heard. So they're gonna be very considerate when it comes to how they want to pursue you. And the feedback I'm getting regarding like how you see this is definitely a lot of gratefulness. You're gonna be very thankful for the fact that your future spouse is so considerate. Maybe for some of you guys, it can sometimes be a little bit difficult to open up or to trust other people, especially a partner. So you really appreciate about your future spouse that they are gentle in their approach. But still, I want to mention that still I feel like your relationship is gonna develop really quickly, as I said. But it's gonna be in a very gentle way. For sure, yeah. Let me see. I really feel like when we talk about your relationship, one thing that's gonna be incredible between you guys is this, like this emotional connection. And you guys are gonna feel like so safe when it comes to expressing yourself. It's not a secret that a lot of people feel vulnerable, right, when they open up emotionally, because of course it could put you in a position which someone else could take advantage or hurt you, especially if it's, well, the wrong person. I really feel like this is something you're gonna feel with your future spouse from the beginning, that it's gonna be so easy to connect with your future spouse emotionally, and that there is a lot of respect coming from them. You're gonna feel a lot of respect from your future spouse. They're gonna make you feel very safe when it comes to your emotions, and it's gonna make it easier for you to open up. But once again, it's all about this gentle approach here. One thing, by the way, you're definitely gonna love about your future spouse is the fact that your future spouse is a very hardworking person. And this is really genuinely speaking, not only in their career, but overall, no matter whether we're talking about that, their career, or whether we're talking about their personal life, the relationships they have. They put so much into it, and you're also going to see it in your guys' relationship. You're going to see that your future spouse does a lot for this relationship, and they share a lot with you, and you really, like, once again, you're really going to be grateful about it. There is something about this pile and gratitude. Like, this is the key word for me from this pile. You pile 3, you're going to feel so grateful. So grateful for being, or maybe have met your future spouse. And it's interesting how I'm getting the same energy coming back. They also being very grateful for meeting you or having you. So a lot of mutual energy here as well. You're also going to love about your future spouse that they are a very secure person. Like, they're very grounded, and maybe this is something you're very attracted towards. You're like someone who is very grounded, who seems very secure, someone who can take on things but be very deeply rooted still. Someone who doesn't lose, like, their someone who's very grounded. Maybe some of you guys are not so much grounded, so you like when your partner brings this quality. Maybe you need someone at times to ground you. Let me see. Okay, that's interesting. I really feel like for you, my dear pile 3, I want to get more spreads, because it's a little bit difficult to tip into your guys' energy. Maybe your future spouse is a very private person. Like, I really feel like I need more cards. Let's see. For my beautiful pile 3, can we get some more information about your guys' connection, about your relationship, first impressions, about your future spouse, whatever is meant for you to know? Okay. The first card is Shadow. Wow, interesting. We have shadow and light. All right. Material harvest. I'm going to get you guys 6 cards. Discernment and boredom. Triumph. Let's get you guys one last card. Movement, choices, decisions. Also interesting, at the back of the deck we have the 5, not 5, the 4, also firm foundations. This is supposed to be the 4 of Pentacles, and well, the 4 of Pentacles definitely is the card of security, right? So yeah, I do feel like your future spouse gives you a lot of safe and secure energy. And the fact that this card says firm foundation, you see this in your guys' relationship, and I really feel like it means a lot to you, because that's exactly what you need, or what you're searching for. Now, with the shadow card being here, like, very simply said, this card is giving me the message that your future spouse has done some shadow work already, and it has definitely improved their life in many different ways. Even if this person is not spiritual and doesn't even know the word shadow work, like, doesn't even know what it's supposed to be, but they have done it, you know, whether they've done it by themselves or got help. But I really feel like they have seen certain parts, or they have worked on certain parts of themselves which may have felt a little bit uneasy, but it was important to understand themselves fully, you know, even their shadow self, even those parts of them which may sometimes be a little bit uneasy. It was still very important to get a glimpse and heal. It has definitely made a huge difference. I really feel like the person they are right now, in comparison to the person they were before doing the shadow work, could be complete different people, or very significantly like some kind of difference. And it has really helped them to also understand themselves better, to understand maybe why certain negative patterns were there, where they came from. And it has also made them understand their light side better. So this person, yeah, that's really great. I feel like this person has done certain healing work which was very necessary, and it has really helped them empower themselves even more. Yeah, I do feel like with the discontent or boredom card, this is the energy that this shadow self was, because these cards are also connected here. I feel like this was the energy that maybe they also felt in a way stuck in, but looking into themselves and understanding their shadow work has really, yeah, allowed them to get out of this space. Another thing I would like to mention here for my dear pile 3 is that I really feel like, even like talking about the first impressions, and somehow your future spouse is going to give you the impression of them being very, very grounded and secure. I really, really feel that. This impression could come through a conversation you guys are going to have, or maybe even something you hear about them. But this is going to be a huge thing for you. I feel like your future spouse is someone who definitely feels very abundant. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, that's interesting. What I'm also hearing is that your future spouse has learned from this shadow work that they've done that even the difficult times in our lives are not wasted. In fact, they can teach us a lot. You know, if we are receptive of this teaching, which can be something very, very difficult to do, because when you go through something like very difficult, the last thing you think about is, you know, what good it could give you. Of course, in that moment, you don't even want to experience it, right? You may even ask yourself, like, why? Why am I experiencing this? I don't want this. It sometimes takes, like, yourself in the future looking back to understand where this took you, right? Like, where this path, yeah, or what this path, better to say, has like opened up for you. And I really feel like this is something this person has learned, that even the darkest times in our lives can have some teaching, which later on, you know, we may understand when we look back, when we connect the dots, kind of. I really feel like this person's gonna be a very supportive, very, very supportive spouse, especially when you guys go through difficulties. They will try to support you and to help you through, help you through whatever it is that you guys may go through really. They will want to help. They will want to, once again, be this mountain for you, the secure mountain. And what's also interesting is that, look at that, there is a mountain right there, right? Let me see. By the way, of course, take it how it resonates, but I really feel like it could be the case that some of you guys may move in with each other pretty quickly. Once again, the speed energy is here. Of course, at the end of the day, take it how it resonates, because some of you guys may want to do it, some of you guys may want to move in later on. Of course, it depends on your individual situation, but the potential is going to be there. Like, if you guys want to, there's definitely the potential to move in really quickly. Yeah, I can't even tell you guys how much I feel like how ready you guys are going to be for each other. Maybe a big reason for that is because you've been waiting for a very long time and you had a lot of time to get ready, to prepare, to focus on yourself. And yeah, when love comes through, you're kind of ready. I really feel like a lot of you guys, a great way to manifest this person into your life is to focus on yourself and to focus on becoming your greatest version. Yeah, focus on you. Let's see. For you guys, I definitely feel drawn to use much more cards than for pile 1 and 2. I want to get you guys a few last oracle cards. Let me put these here. All these cards are everywhere. Okay, I want to get these cards here. Let's see, for my beautiful pile 3. Let's get you guys some last cards and then we will start with your candle wax reading. This card is already jumping out. For my beautiful pile 3, what else do you need to know about the connection with your future spouse? About your future spouse, let's see. One card fell. We have the rose quartz. It says unconditional love and forgiveness. Wow, this is definitely one of the most beautiful cards. Goodness, too many. For my beautiful pile 3, we have peace of mind. Such beautiful cards. My goodness, too many. Let me do it this way. Mental integration. All right. One last card. And we have the fluorite, which says objectivity. Okay, my brain is struggling right now, my English. Anyways, so let's start. Let's get you guys some messages. I really feel like one thing that is gonna make a huge difference for you and why you are going to choose your future spouse, as well as this, yeah, almost this peace that you're going to find within them. Like sometimes we may meet certain people who have such a great like effect on us that it's so calming, it's so healing, like their presence or their effect on us, right? It's a very, very positive one. And I really feel like this is something that you guys are gonna experience with your future spouse, and it's gonna be a huge thing because maybe you have never ever experienced such a thing with anyone. And it's definitely gonna do something with you, you know? And especially, you know, what I find very interesting is that I can literally feel my heart space right now warming up. So your future spouse reaches your heart with their words, with their action. I'm hearing there is no doubt about the fact that you are the one for me. So this could be something you tell them or something you think. I also feel like you and your future spouse have a great mental connection, which is also a huge thing for you, and it's gonna make you choose them. But most importantly, it's the love, right? It's the love that you get from them. And we have the rose quartz here, which says unconditional love. And maybe very often in your life, the love you received was always attached to a certain condition. And maybe for the very first time with your future spouse here, you're gonna experience what unconditional love is. And I don't know why, I just saw in my mind's eye someone crying happy tears. I really feel like, and this is gonna be in the beginning, like maybe throughout the dating phase, you may share something very intimate with your future spouse regarding this aspect that I talked about just, and it's almost gonna feel like opening your heart to someone, like just your raw emotions, making yourself vulnerable, but it's just feeling so good because you trust that the other person will respect it and not take advantage of it. So you're gonna share something with them regarding this unconditional love. And it's gonna be a huge thing. Okay, I'm hearing start with the candle wax reading. I really feel like I definitely got you guys a lot of cards. So for my dear pile 3, let's get you your candle. And let's see, who will you marry? Who is your future spouse? All right, as always, my dear, please give me a moment. Please give me a moment to tune to the energies here. The first word coming into my mind, like immediately, I heard it loud and clearly, was confidence. Your future spouse embodies a confidence that you can't fake. I mean, of course you can fake confidence, but this true confidence, like the kind your future spouse embodies and lives, it's just something totally different. And I really feel like for you, my dear pal 3, this confidence is going to be something that you're going to feel very, very attracted towards. I heard I love you. Wow, your future spouse is going to be the one telling it to you first. They're going to confess feelings first. They're going to tell you I love you first. And there is also something about traveling in here. So you guys may meet through traveling, or there could be some distance between you guys. So there could be something like online going on as well. Online dating. Or if it's not that, you guys could travel a lot with each other, or like traveling could be a huge, you know, part in your relationship. You know what I just heard? You are such a miracle for me. So it's either you or your future spouse, but someone could think like, I talked about gratitude, right? And I really feel like you're gonna see the other person as a blessing. Once again, because they're so healing. My goodness, this can definitely be like, not because of the healing part, but because of the energy. This can definitely be a soulmate or someone like a spiritual connection here. Some of you guys could also meet this person in a social event. I also see that this person is, let me see. Okay, they have a lot of great qualities to them when it comes to, like business and stuff. So maybe certain traits that are great for, yeah, business. I'm hearing. What I also find very interesting for you, my dear pal 3, is the fact that your future spouse has gone through like a major transformation. And for some of you guys, this transformation could even be seen physically. So they could have physically changed. But this transformation was really important because it allowed them, well, it doesn't have to be like physically for all of you guys, but however it's gonna be, whether it's internally or externally or even like maybe even circumstance wise, it has helped them to be more who they really are, like be themselves. And also it has helped them to step into their greatest version. Once again, there is something about greatest version in here. I really feel like for you, my dear pal 3, if you want to manifest this person into your life, once again, focus on becoming a greatest version. And something I always like to say, right, is that my greatest version may look very, very different from yours. So it's all about, what this means individually for us, and whatever your greatest version like means for you. It is very important to give yourself the space and focus on your well-being. Focus on the things that are dear to you. Focus on yourself. I'm hearing there are a lot of distractions out there. Don't allow those distractions to, well, do exactly that, distract you. Whether it's on social media or other things that may sometimes make you feel like you're not good enough, or you overthinking, you having second thoughts. I really want you to understand that you are more than good enough. You are incredibly beautiful. You are incredibly special in your own unique way. And don't allow anyone ever to tell you that this special energy that you embody is not good. Whenever someone tells you that you're not good enough, believe me, it says more about them. It says more about them than it says about you, because it's saying a lot about the insecurities that they have, which they are projecting on you. So be mindful of it. Don't allow other people to tell you like being something you're not. I'm literally hearing you're so beautiful, and I really feel like this is your future spouse. Like, this is something they may tell you. They may tell you how beautiful you are, how smart you are. But of course, someone else can tell us like as much as they want. At the end of the day, it starts with us. Like, we have to believe in it, right? We have to believe. Even if the whole world tells us we are good enough, if we don't believe it ourselves, there is no movement. So remember, it always starts with us, right? So this is also why I really feel like in order to manifest this person into your life, it is important for you to concentrate on you. I really feel like with this person, you're gonna explore your passionate side, if you understand what I mean, your like intimacy and stuff, so much more intense, like more intense than you ever have. For those of you guys who have never been intimate at all, then of course for the very first time. And it's gonna allow you to release all the shame that you may have associated with your body or with intimacy. And it's going to be very freeing. At the same time, allowing you to explore. There's so much, my dear pile 3, that I deeply feel like your future spouse will show you, not only intimacy wise, but just generally speaking. They may bring you out of your like little comfort zone a little bit, and they may actually help you to dive like into a complete new world or a complete different space, like place, especially if they are coming from a very different place than you are. They're gonna push you a little bit, but not in a way that it's uncomfortable. It's kind of like they're gonna support you. I think a better way to say it. They're gonna support you into coming out of your comfort zone and seeing the world or seeing things that you may have not seen yet because maybe you haven't had the chance or the opportunity, or maybe because the fear of leaving your comfort zone was a little bit holding you back. Your future spouse is gonna support you. Yeah, definitely. They're gonna support you on that note, yeah. Let me see. I'm hearing stay hopeful. Stay hopeful about your future, and dark times will pass. Okay, so maybe some of you guys are going through a time in your life which could be a little bit more difficult or challenging. Let me see. Is there anything else? Another thing I'm getting is that believe in yourself. Genuinely speaking, like believe in yourself. Whether it's related to work, to your personal life, to your romantic life. It starts with you. Believe in yourself, have trust in yourself. Because you're deserving of so much, my dear pal 3. You deserve the best. And all the best that's coming your way. So believe in it and be receptive, like be open to receive it. All right? So my dear pile 3, this is all I have for you for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to connect with your wonderful energy. Wherever you are, I'm sending you much love and of course much positive energy. As always, if you're curious or interested in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, Of course, my dear, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. My dear pal 3, take care, my love.